drink I'm going to share with you today might well be the definition of being greater than the sum of its parts. So the brief by today's sponsor, which is Oatly, was to create a drink which was really easy to put together without using any homemade ingredients, using really readily available ingredients, and also bringing together flavors which are familiar, but taking them in a new direction. And I really think this drink kind of nails the brief, and because of that, it's hopefully going to be a great drink for a lot of you to enjoy. Some of the ingredients in the drink are really fantastic and ones I use all the time. Some of them I never usually use, but this has been a really interesting brief to try and hit. But the nice thing is they're all really easy to get hold of in the supermarket, at least where I am. The drink's also dairy-free, making it suitable for a lot more people. And it's just a really delicious flavor combination that actually surprised me when I put it together. This is definitely one of my absolute favorite riffs on the pina colada. And the pina colada, as we know, is very much a summer drink, perfect for a sun lounger by the pool. But this has some kind of spice flavors in there, which make it a much more year-round drink. If you trust me, give this drink a try. And actually, even if you're brand new here and you've got no reason to trust me just yet, give this drink a try, and hopefully it's the way that will really build your trust. So, without further ado, let's make the spiced coffee colada. So if you want to see a video all about my favorite specs for a classic pina colada, I'll put this video above, which is from my 50 video, completely free essential cocktails course. But what we're going to do today is slightly riff upon this and make it a much more kind of broadly appealing drink. So the fact that the pina colada, which I put in the video above, contains Coco Lopez makes it very delicious, but it's also quite hard to get hold of in lots of parts of the world, which also makes it quite expensive. This drink doesn't have any of those problems. These ingredients are ridiculously easy to get hold of. They're all pretty inexpensive within their categories, and they just come together really well. So to make the spiced coffee colada, we're gonna need a few ingredients. The creamy element is gonna be one of my favorite ingredients to use, which is Oatly Creamy Oat, which is their double cream alternative. We're gonna be using spiced rum, and the one that I could get hold of in the supermarket was gonna be Sailor Jerry. The coconut element is a bit of a surprise and an ingredient I've actually never used in cocktails before, which is Malibu, but you need to bear with me on this because, as I said, it all comes together really nicely. And then the coffee element, again, not my go-to coffee liqueur, but we're gonna go with Kahlua, which was the easiest to get hold of in my area. We're gonna use Angostura aromatic bitters to bring a little bit of bitterness to the drink, and a good quality pineapple juice. So if you followed the channel for a while, you know I'm all about quality of ingredients. These ingredients aren't necessarily the kind of most premium ones in their category, but I also talk about balance a lot, and I think the key to this drink being successful is all about balance. The specs are actually really easy to remember, and we're gonna be building this in a shaker tin. So first of all, I'm gonna go with 20 mils of our spiced rum. And Sailor Jerry isn't the smoothest of the spiced rums. It's not the most natural flavored spiced rum, but it brings plenty of kind of intensity of flavor, and that's really what we're looking for here. And those big flavors are definitely gonna be a kind of running theme throughout the drink. Next up, we're gonna go 20 mils of our Malibu. And I don't think I've actually ever made a cocktail using Malibu before, or at least not for a very long time. And it's not something I'd use frequently. I tend to use more naturally flavored coconut ingredients. Malibu brings definitely kind of coconut flavors. Whether they're the most natural is up to you, but they're definitely big, punchy flavors. And again, big punchy flavors in the rum, big punchy flavors in the Malibu. That's kind of what we're looking for. And this trend continues with our coffee liqueur. So Kahlua is what we're going with here, big, punchy coffee flavors. And again, although this isn't necessarily my go-to coffee liqueur of choice, I'm using it today because it's so widely available in so many parts of the world. But you could easily substitute your favorite coffee liqueur in here, but do just be mindful that Kahlua has quite a lot of sugar compared to a lot of other coffee liqueurs. So if you're using your favorite coffee liqueur, you'll definitely get really good results. I like things like Algebra, but you might just need to add a little bit of sugar just to balance it out. I also really like using coffee saccharum liqueur, which is a homemade ingredient made from leftover coffee grounds. Next up, we've got a lot of sweetness in the drink already, so we're gonna add a little bit of bitterness in the form of 3 dashes of aromatic bitters. I'm going with Angostura, again, really easy to get hold of, but whichever your favorite aromatic bitters are, go with those. So now we've got our base of 20 mils each of our spirit, which is our spiced rum, 20 mils of our coconut liqueur, which will go Malibu, and 20 mils of our coffee liqueur. We're gonna add 50 mils each of good quality pineapple juice. And again, this is what I got from the supermarket, and it works really, really nicely. And then finally, the secret weapon of the drink, which is 50 mils of our Oatly Creamy Oat. And this is one of my favorite ingredients to use. My fiance and my daughter both can't have dairy, so this is a really good alternative, but it's also no compromise. So we use this a lot in cooking. I often use it in cocktails just like this. It also works really well in an Irish coffee where it floats perfectly. So give this a try. Anywhere you'd usually use double cream, sub this in and you definitely won't be disappointed. Because we want that really nice kind of creamy, rich texture in the drink, plus we've got chilled ingredients in our pineapple juice and our creamy oat, I'm actually gonna shake this just dry, so without any ice. And the reason for this is that I don't add too much dilution. I think a watery pina colada is not a good thing. So just give this a good shake for around about 5 to 10 seconds. This will mix all the ingredients together and also give it that really nice kind of airy, creamy texture. And then you just want to pour it into a frozen glass filled with lots of ice. Gonna be sipping this through a straw to get that really nice texture, garnished with either a fresh slice of pineapple or even a dried pineapple wheel like this. And then to really get those spice flavors coming through, also in the aroma, just gonna dust it with a little bit of cinnamon. And there we have the spiced coffee colada featuring Oatly creamy oat. So let's give the drink a try. Cheers. This drink has no right to taste this good. I think being greater than the sum of its parts is definitely accurate. I think it's got a really nice kind of balance of sweetness without being too much. We've got the nice tropical flavors from the coconut and the pineapple. We've got a little bit of spice, a little bit of coffee, but all these things come together really nicely, and I think you would really be surprised by this. On the nose, you've got that really nice cinnamon, which kind of lifts the drink and brings it to something slightly different and unexpected. And then finally, the most important thing about the drink, I think, is gonna be that texture. So it's creamy but light, airy but rich, and then the combination of the pineapple juice shaken up with the Oatly, I think brings the perfect texture for a pina colada. So give this one a try. Even if you're skeptical, give it a go and let me know what you think. I think you might be pleasantly surprised. And if you want to watch that video all about the classic pina colada, I'll link it just here for you to watch. And that video is part of my completely free 50 video essential cocktails course, which I'll put a playlist for just here. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and cheers.